Hey guys, welcome back to the very last day of my homeschool curriculum choices week. If you guys have enjoyed this week, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know down below in the comments. Today I am talking about preschool because if you have been around my channel long and you know Miss Annabeth Violet, then you know that she has made her mark in our homeschool, and if she wants to do school, she's gonna do school. So today we're gonna talk about the different approaches and the things that I intend to do with her this upcoming school year for her preschool pre-K 3 year. So before I get too in-depth and show you everything, I just want to mention that I really believe in a gentle approach to preschool. I didn't even really do much preschool with Eli until he was 4.5. That's my youngest son. And my oldest daughter, she really showed interest in doing some school. And then my second son was half in, half out. So I really take it kid by kid, and Annabeth has really been wanting to do some school with us. And so while we're not gonna be doing like number and letter recognition necessarily, she's not gonna be doing handwriting or anything too formal, I do have some things that I'm really excited to do with her this upcoming year. And I do plan to take some time aside before we start school with our older students each day and do a little bit of time with her and really kind of fill her little love tank up before we start our school day. She also does enjoy sitting with us in some of our family subjects, and of course she's always there when we're reading. So other than those little things that she's around for and reading together, she and I all throughout the day, I'm gonna flip you around and show you some of the things I intend to do with her this upcoming year for pre-K 3. Okay, so this is what I have assembled. Some of the things we'll be using in preschool this year, although this is not all of them. And we may not be using all of these all year long, but these are specifically kind of like the main components of what I expect preschool to look like. Number one, before 5 in a row. I love before 5 in a row. I love 5 in a row in general. I didn't use before 5 in a row with Isabella. I started 5 in a row when she was about 4. Well, maybe 3.5, but first time parent, so I thought, you know, oh, she's a kindergartner at 3. But I got before 5 in a row when Jessie was 2, and we started using it together. I didn't do it with Eli because I just like to follow their lead, and Eli had no interest in school. Annabeth is super interested in having her own schoolwork, and so I decided to pull out before 5 in a row. We're gonna be doing titles like Corduroy and If Jesus Came to My House and Blueberries for Sal and all sorts of sweet little titles in here. If she enjoys this and we go through most of this year, then next year I will order more before 5 in a row because I actually don't even own that book. But this is book number 1, most important part of her preschool if you were to ask me. I also have standard 5 in a row up here just because Jessie and Eli are using 5 in a row. Depending on what order I've posted these videos in, you may or may not have heard that already. And there are some titles like How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World that really can be used around 3 years old. So I may pull some of these titles just for her, or she may sit in with the boys when we do some projects that she can be a part of. It's Annabeth, she's gonna be a part of everything anyway, but as far as it being specifically tailored to her during the time that I have reserved for just she and I to work together, we may pull in a few of these 5 in a row titles. Specifically, I think the story about Ping, How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World, and Madeline were some that Isabella really enjoyed when she was 3 or 4 years old as well. We aren't big on letter recognition. I'm very much like a delayed academics kind of mom, or I have become that over time. And so we aren't doing handwriting, anything formal, no like a letter of the week curriculum, no alphabet curriculum per se. We may start that around 4 like I did with my other kids. We just did like a letter of the week craft. But I did get this book, this A is for Art, a fine art alphabet book. This is so beautiful. It's like a, kind of like a picture hunt through these famous paintings. So we have Bay with Anchor by Winslow Homer. And so it says A is for an anchor and ankles. So you have to find the anchor and ankles. B, A Bird, a Butterfly and the Color Blue, A Hare in the Forest by Hans Hofmann. So you have, I found this. There's the butterfly. There's the bird, I believe. My eyes are not working super great today. It's actually kind of dark in my house, even though it's not translating on camera. and let's see, a bird, a butterfly, and the color blue. So I just thought this was really beautiful, and I thought she would really enjoy going through this together. Kids around this age just enjoy being familiar with books. So yeah, maybe by the first week she'll know where they all are, but then we can start talking about what these are called, or looking at the picture outside of doing the letter hunt. So this is going to be like a gentle introduction to letter sounds, nothing that I'm going to drill her on or quiz her on or anything. And then some of my other favorite books that may sit out on the shelf if she becomes interested. You know, I just intend to follow her lead. This Finger Trail ABC book I enjoy because the Finger Trail books teach the kids to read from left to right. You start their finger at the beginning and let them follow. So they have all sorts of Finger Trail baby books that I've used for her for years. So now the ABC, you can start them with which direction the letters go. So I got this for her, and I thought she would enjoy this. So we may do this a little bit as well, but again, nothing forced. I also love this illustrated alphabet. This is one that I've read to the kids for a couple of years, and with this one, I just use, you know, it's alliteration, and I'm just pretty firm when I say that letter sound. So A is for alpaca, so I just say, it was a bad day for the animals at Alphabet Zoo, and it began when the alpacas ate all the apples. And that just teaches them to look for the sounds. If I'm focusing on letter sounds at all, it's just like beginning sounds, not identifying letters specifically. And then I just grabbed this to show you guys to go along with this math thing I'll be showing you in a little bit, that we might work on numbers and number recognition, but not necessarily letter recognition. So there's that. Occasionally when the kids do handwriting, she wants to do handwriting as well, and so I'll pull these off the shelf. I've had these for a few years now. These are from Explore Toys, but you can find these all over the place, including Treasures from Jennifer. So just these, you have these little wooden pencil-ish things, and she can trace the letters, but she's not actually using a pen. So I have the lowercase and the uppercase boards here for all of the letters, and every so often she would like to do these as well. She can use her fingers. I might get her, I do have a sand tray, I just don't have the sand, so we might pull that out if she's interested, but that'd be later in the year, and it's just depending on if she wants to or not. I got a couple of things from Treasures from Jennifer specifically for her. Treasures from Jennifer is a beautiful company, and now that I'm investing in some of her things, I'm like, maybe I should have more kids because I've invested in such beautiful, beautiful stuff. And John's like, no, maybe we should save those for our grandkids, but I just want all of her stuff, even if my kids have outgrown it. So I got this, oh, what is it called? I think it's just the hundreds. I don't know what it's called, but the reason I'm gonna be using it, I got these little wool balls with it. You can also get, I believe you can get wooden ones, but she and I will be using this just to count. We'll be using this to skip count, maybe do twos, maybe do some patterns, and all of my kids essentially will be using this for one thing or another. This can be used my camera cut out. I was just saying this can really be used so many ways, so I'll direct you to her website if you want to see the different variations of this specific set. She had 2 different types of wood, different fillers, all that. I mean, too much to explain in a video quickly. I also got this sewing board so she can do a little bit of fine motor skill development, but again, all of my kids will be using this. And things I'm not showing are things like, you know, little tools we do have for fine motor skills and sensory bins and, you know, those like different blocks and things like that. But I'm just kind of showing you guys this to give you an idea of this is how we intend to work on numbers. This is how we intend to give the beginning stages of working on letters. This is our main curriculum for preschool, which is just, you know, enjoying literacy, nothing intensive for her. And the only reason I'm doing anything with her at 3 years old is because she's shown much interest just because of my older kids doing official school, and she desperately wants to be a part of it. And I don't want to waste the time that she's interested, but I also don't want to overwhelm her and have her lose that spark. I think there's an important time for that, while also, you know, making sure that I'm recognizing that she's interested, even if I'm not necessarily believing that it's an appropriate time to be doing formal education. And this is another thing I just wanted to show you. I really like little puzzles like this that just work on spatial recognition, and you know, we've got all sorts of puzzles and little games and things you guys have seen over the years. Maybe I'll link up here to my ultimate homeschooling favorites if you want to see some of my favorite preschool things. And then last but not least, I have this narration notebook. Again, this is only because my other kids have a narration notebook, so she may want to narrate with us a little bit, so I decided, well, I better buy one of these for her as well. And this is from Anna Vance Paper Co. So these are just a few of the things we'll be utilizing with Annabeth next year for her little pre-K 3 year. Like I said, it's not everything. It's also may not be everything we use all year long. We may not use all of these. This is just kind of where I hope to be headed, but we'll see based on how she does. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to more preschool content next year. I'll be sure to do so. And also let me know what curriculum you use for your preschooler, if you use any. All right, thanks guys, bye.